LUTs Lounge here. This is going to be a little bit different tutorial than I've been doing, because mostly I've been doing video tutorials, but this is also going to be a photo tutorial as well. So you're going to see a lot more photo and video tutorials coming in this channel, but this one's kind of a cool one in one of the newest releases of Photoshop. And so I just had fun playing with it, and I kind of wanted to show you guys a cool little filter they have in Photoshop that allows you to kind of change your landscape photos. It's actually called the landscape mixer filter. So I have this landscape here, and I'm just going to duplicate this to make a duplicate kind of before and after, so I can just toggle it off very easily to show you the before and after. So I'm going to go over here to filter, and I'm going to go to neural filters, and this is kind of a beta section, I guess, of Photoshop. Some of these are meant to be obviously in beta. As you can tell right here, it says beta. So these are the beta filters that you can play with. They're not going to give you amazing like 100% effects all the time. It's just kind of a way to play around with it. And so this one right here, the landscape mixer, I'm just going to toggle this on. If you don't have it available, it says you may have to download it because it doesn't come already downloaded with Photoshop. You might have to click download and allow it to download. So here we are. We have these presets up here, and these are custom scenes that you can basically click once and it will change your landscape to whatever that scene is. So let's go to the snow one here. So this is a very obviously sunny scene, and we're going to click the snow kind of winter scene here, and with that one click it's going to process the image and it's going to change this into a more wintry scene. You can see it added snow everywhere. It's very blue. Even over here on the sections, this kind of left section right here, it even added patches of snow. So it's not just blanketing snow everywhere. And it's actually kind of cool. The only downside, obviously, I don't know if you can tell on the video, is that it's very low resolution. It kind of takes a really high resolution version of the photo and just kind of crunches it down. So compare it to like you have a 4K photo or a 4K video and you deliver a video in like, I don't know, 720p or 360p or something like that. Kind of downgrades the quality of the image, but it's actually kind of fun to play with. So you can take the strength up and down here. You can allow it to do the processing on that. You have these sliders here that are on the seasons basically, so you can add more sunset, more spring, more summer, more autumn, more winter. Kind of a cool thing here, but you can just click between some of these, and let's go to this one. This is probably not going to look too much different from the original. Yeah, it just kind of gives a little bit more of a fall feel to it, and you can just kind of play around with these. You can do a custom one as well, so if you have your own image, you can actually upload that and it will process it based on that image as well. Or you can go down here and just kind of add your own kind of mixes to it. So if I want to add more of a sunset feel, you can see it kind of really darkens it up, makes it really moody. Very, very kind of a cool filter. So for this one, I'm going to take a little bit more of the sunset up, and then take the summer up a little bit as well. And that looks okay. We'll take that one. So we'll click OK on that one, and you can see the before and after. This was the before, this was after. You can see the downgraded quality. So I have this other image here, and this one I know I want to be a winter image. So again, we're going to go back up to the filter, neural filters, and we're going to go back to our landscape mixer, and I'm going to choose this winter scene, and you're going to see how crazy this is. Even though it's a lower quality image, it's very, very cool how it actually applies the scene. So you can see it just adds tons of snow here. It keeps the walkway, but adds tons of snow everywhere on the trees. Even those little bits that if snow were to fall on the branches, it would kind of sit on top of the branch. You can kind of see that there. It's a kind of a cool way of seeing what a scene would look like in that kind of season, I guess. So again, this was the before. This was the after. So this last image here, this is kind of a way to show you that it's not gonna work 100% of the time, and that's all obviously a downside of a beta filter or just whatever scene you may choose. It just might not work. So again, go back to the landscape here, and for this one, let's say I wanted to let's go choose that winter one again. That's always a real fun one to choose. and we're going to let that process here. And depending on your machine, it might not process as fast, or it might actually process faster. So this one looks decent. It's not terrible, but it looks decent. But if we compare that to maybe one of these down here, let's go to this desert scene and see what that looks like. Allow that to process. Now you can see it just went crazy. The clouds look like it's an upside down mountain. This looks like it's like Lego boulders or something like that. It just doesn't look good. So it's not going to work 100% of the time on every image. It has to be a right kind of image. Again, this one looks terrible as well. So it just depends on the image. But if you have a fairly clean image like these here, these were not crazy images that had tons of colors everywhere. It's actually one specific scene, and you want to change it to another specific scene, it actually works out pretty well. So if you want to test that out in Photoshop, obviously you want to make sure you're updated to the latest version of Photoshop. Just go to filter and then go to neural filters right there, and you'll be able to play around with some of the filters they have in there and see how they work on your images. So thank you guys for joining me in this video. Head on over to LUTsLounge.com. We have a bunch of cool stuff over there, more tutorials, more products for Final Cut Pro. We have some LUTs over there, some really cool stuff over there. So thank you guys for joining me in this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.